On the 7th of November 2020, I got a new PB of 7.25 seconds. This was my first PB for about 6 months, with my previous PB being about 7.56 seconds, so I was really excited when I got it. So in this video, I'm going to show you the solve reconstruction, and I'm going to tell you what we can learn from this PB. So the Scramble, which is on screen now, was the Scramble that I got for my PB Scramble, so I'll just do that quickly. So I did white cross, and I saw immediately that if the centers go blue and then red, I can get this cross edge, which is blue, and put red in here next to it. Then I saw orange would come over here with the white sticker facing here. And then once I'd aligned the cross with the D move, I could just put in orange and green. Now I saw this square, which meant I could easily make an X cross. So I realised that if I put green in first before putting orange in, that would preserve this square and then I'd make my easy X cross. So this is what I did. Foolishly, I didn't actually plan the second pair during inspection, but this was my solution: R2, D, L2, F. So there's my X cross. And the first pair that I saw was this one. This was a terrible choice of pair, but I did it anyway. So I took it out by separating them, R, U prime, R prime. Then I paired them up, U prime, R, U prime, and then cancelled into the insert, R2, U prime, R. And then I saw this pair would come out of the back slot, so I did this one with U2, separate them to pair them up, and then insert them. And then this pair became set up, so I rotated and solved it like this. Next I got this OLL, which is just M, soon, U, M prime, and then R perm. So my average solve with CFOP is approximately 63 moves, and this solve was 52 moves. So it wasn't actually that lucky compared to my previous PBs. To put it into perspective, my 7.56 PB was 37 moves, I think. And my TPS on that solve was around 4.5, which is normal. However, for this solve, it was 7.17. The main reason my TPS was so high for this solve is because my F2L had almost no pauses. I think the main reason my F2L on this solve was so fluid was because the look ahead was extremely easy. So once I'd done the cross, before putting orange in, I could see this pair was in here. So I could take it out and solve it straight away. But before solving it, I had seen this edge and this corner, so I knew that they were going to end up like that. So I managed to go straight into this pair. After this I had a pause because I wasn't looking where these two pieces would end up, but then I rotated and solved them. And then this OLL is quite fast if you can do it with no lockups. And so is the R perm. So that's what made my solve so much faster. My F2L look ahead, and the fact that even though my OLL and PLL were approximately average length, they were very easy to do without looking up, which I did successfully. So what can we learn from this PB? Well, if I planned my second pair during inspection, I would have realised that before doing this last move, I could simply do a U prime, which would then set up this pair as my second pair, which is so much better than the pair I had slotted in the wrong slot before. Then I could cancel into this pair, for example, and carry on the solve that way. I think the only problem with doing it this way was that I would have instead ended up with a V perm, which I cannot do very well without looking up. So I think the fact that I didn't plan my second pair during inspection may have been what helped me to get such a lucky OLL and PLL on that solve. So this solve is a really good example of why look ahead is so important when you get to a high turn speed. Once you know exactly what to do for each F2L pair, you don't have to focus on what you're doing, but instead you can look at other places in the cube so that you can then transition to other F2L pairs without needing to stop, look, and pause, as this will reduce your overall TPS. Now I do pause a lot in my solve, that's why I still average around 11 seconds. But in my good solves, when I can get to sub 10 or maybe even sub 9, my TPS is a lot faster, even though the move count is usually around the same. So I hope you learned something new today. As always, if you like my videos, please subscribe by clicking the button down here. Thanks for watching.